Okay, it's Saturday, August the 6th, 2016, and this is a good example of what's happening just out in space and how the orbs are, energizing one another in terms of their velocity and their spin, their counterclockwise revolutions around each other, and all the white flashes there are energy releases, and this is how the energy is created in areas where there are no stars, because the entire universe is electromagnetically charged, and this is the way it's happening. So you can see that there is counterclockwise motion, and that the orbs are spinning not only in a circular fashion, but they're also revolving around each other. Okay, so there's a lot of movement at high velocity, and the orbs as well spin on their axes, maybe even faster than what the velocity is in the revolutions, and the way they interact with each other without even touching, because they're separated by electromagnetic fields. It's the way they interact with those electromagnetic fields that causes that release of energy in the form of flashes. Those flashes are electromagnetic energy, and it's in a pure form, and this is what creates the energy which drives the entire universe, at least the visible universe that we're in. And this is not the visible part. This is the part that makes up most of the universe that we don't see. Okay, I'm not using any filter or anything. I just have the correct angle to, get this on video. Hopefully it'll come out. But if you observe closely, you can see the intensity of all the motion and the velocity of the orbs, and also the production of energy, which is exhibited in the flashes that you see. Now there are other colors there. They represent different gases. So there's a mixture of like gas and electromagnetic energy, and all of this combined creates, a lot of energy. And the gases are the byproduct of all this orb interaction, and they show up in different colors. So there's a lot of hydrogen and helium in the structure of the universe, as well as energy, which is pure energy, and it's electromagnetic in its nature and composition. So if you look closely, hopefully you'll see a grid pattern and some kind of order, because without some kind of order, there'd be a lot of collisions with those orbs. There's so many of them, at high velocity, going counterclockwise in all different directions, and still going in the same pattern, no matter what direction they're revolving around in. They still move in the same pattern in order to avoid that sort of thing, like collisions. So it seems like it's very orchestrated in a very intelligent way, without, it's not a haphazard sort of thing, and it's not by chance. This seems very organized motion and movement at high velocity and a high frequency. And the reason for the grid pattern is because being that there's so many orbs, and that there are so many things going on. They're not going on in one dimension or two or three. It's like an infinite number of dimensions. Therefore, if you could zoom right through that whole thing, it would always look like that, because it's infinite. But you could see that the vibrations, frequency, and the velocity of the orbs changes from time to time, because they either increase it or decrease it, both the velocity and the vibrations frequency, in order to generate just the right amount of energy. Because if there's too much energy or too little energy, it'll throw the whole system off. And this appears to be some sort of organized system in which there's order, and that's an important thing to stress. There's order in all this chaos. It appears very chaotic, but it's very orderly. It's not chaotic. It just appears to be. So the orbs are revolving in circular motion, like rings, orbs, orb clusters, that is, and they're huge, and being composed of small orbs. Those big orbs are just like large clusters, and they're composed of smaller clusters, and they just keep revolving in circular motion, and they look like rings of orbs going around and around. But you can see also that the orbs themselves are spinning around each other, and there's like 2 or 3 or more orbs just spinning around each other, also counterclockwise. All the motion and movement is counterclockwise, and it stays that way. Okay, regardless of the speed, velocity, or the vibrations frequency, the entire movement, motion, and everything else is counterclockwise in nature. And they create the energy that sustains the universe, which is electromagnetic energy. And you can see the changes in the velocity and also the vibrations frequency. By watching the orbs carefully, you can see them speed up their activity or slow down. So, although the whole thing seems, extremely at high velocity, at extreme high velocity, it still changes from time to time. The velocity decreases or increases periodically. So, it's not by chance. It just isn't possible that all this is happening just by chance. And these are intelligent beings, they know what they're doing. So, they're doing it in a very orchestrated fashion and in a deliberate fashion. And the whole thing, is intelligently, I don't want to say controlled, but it's intelligently orchestrated, and it is deliberate in the way it's happening. So, I've had a chance to look at it for a while. You either saw the grid pattern or you didn't. But, eventually, if you look at this long enough, you can see a grid. And it's not just one grid, it's like intersecting grids, infinite numbers of them all over, and going to an infinite extension throughout. If you look deep right through, you can see that it goes throughout the entire structure. And this is a structure, even though it's always changing and in motion and at high velocity, it's still a structure because everything is held together by electromagnetic fields, and they're the thing that holds everything together and create the structure, and the structure is the universe itself. So that's it for that. Thank you.